Today we're taking a look at Baylan Skoll's lightsaber. But this show I want to start off a little different and just take a moment with all of you to remember the man behind the character, Ray Stevenson, who unfortunately passed before his time and before the show was even released. He never got to see the love that everybody has shown him for this character, and it's just so unfortunate for his family. My heart goes out to all of them on the cast and his family and everything. I don't know if you all know that, but way back in the day, he also played the Punisher from Punisher Warzone. So that's actually where I remember him first. And if I'm correct, he also played one of the voices in one of the animated series for Star Wars as well. So before we move on in this video, let's just take a moment to remember a great actor that gave us a great character, and his legacy will live on forever in Star Wars. Ray Stevenson.
Baylan Skoll.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. Yeah, so we're taking a look at Baylan Skoll's lightsaber. This is a Xeno V3, and it was sent over from my friends over at Vader Sabers. This lightsaber has become one of my absolute favorite lightsaber designs in quite some time. I think the last one that I really fell in love with was Cal Kestis, and there's been a lot, in the middle there with different characters and custom lightsabers and everything. But there's something about this design that I really, really love. It has got this kind of old knight, regal swordsman, with two hands. It's just got that design that's just so familiar yet modern. It's a classic. It's an instant classic, this lightsaber. And the Ahsoka show is all wrapped up. 8 episodes out the window, come and gone. It is one of the greatest series I think that Disney has put out for Star Wars since the first season of Mandalorian. We've got some great new characters out of the show. We got Baylan, we got Shin, we've got the live action Sabine and live action Ezra. I mean, it's incredible to see all of these things on screen. We even got to see some scenes from Clone Wars with Anakin and Ahsoka. Absolutely incredible. So this here is the Xeno V3 Baylan Skoll lightsaber. Now this is going to be one of 2 versions I'm going to review from this. This is the LGT version, and then I do have the TXQ version coming. This is the Xeno V3, which will have an app that you can run and everything on your phone. And I want to thank Vader Sabers for sending this version and the other version that's also on the way so we can compare them side by side. As always, I will put a discount code and a direct link down in the description for you to check out. If you are new here, drop down below, help me out with a like, subscribe, and hit that notification button for upcoming videos. I got so many videos coming up. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back, and let's dig into this amazing lightsaber. All right, so like I was saying, this is the Xeno V3, so you will have an app to run on this. Here it is. This is the Baylan Skoll lightsaber. Now, like I was saying, this does have that feel of that old kind of two-handed sword from the, the knights, you know what I mean? It's got that kind of ringed grip area over here. I've seen things like, ropes around those things, metal designs on old swords and everything. I actually used to collect a few swords way back in the day, but a few of them had this kind of ringed look to it, and they're nice and long too, because swords like that were heavy, so you had to grab those things with 2 hands. I mean, you could even see Baylan in the show really kind of like whacking that thing, you know what I mean, because it looks like it has a ton of weight. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I opened this thing, I was a little surprised at how small this was. I'm 5'10", and I can kind of grip my whole hand around it. Ray Stevenson was 6'3", so I was expecting a little bit of a larger hilt. Now, if any of you remember, I did the review on the Boone Kestis lightsaber here. This was an original concept design for Cal Kestis' lightsaber, but I was expecting it to be more massive and chunky like this one, just because of the size of Ray Stevenson and the size of a hand that would go around it, and the weight that it looked like it was swinging around. Now, if you have the Boone Kestis lightsaber, I know a lot of you actually did buy one of those. Boone Kestis comes in at about 17¼ inches long, all right, and is a 1-inch blade. And the Baylan comes in at 13 inches long with a 7/8 blade. Let me tell you, this hilt design, let me see if I get that in the frame there. This thing is just a gorgeous, gorgeous lightsaber. And just as a quick comparison for those of you who may have a Luke Skywalker lightsaber here, this is actually the Xeno V3 that we recently reviewed on the channel here. And I'm just gonna put that right next to it, line it up to the top. With the D-ring fully extended, it basically hits the bottom of the Baylan lightsaber. So I hope that kind of just helps you get the idea of scale in your head of this beautiful little lightsaber here. Now also in the box we do have our Allen wrenches, a little bag of extra retention screws, and another Allen wrench. Then we have a bleed plug, USB-C charging cable, a USB drive, and if you've never used a Xeno V3, no worries, you have a full manual here to flip through. Everything about the app and all are in this. And then they give you an acrylic stand to set it up. And of course we do have our pixel blade. We do seem to be getting a lot of 7/8 blades. These are a little bit thinner than the typical 1 inches that I've been getting for, well over a year. Now we seem to be getting a lot more of the 7/8 blades, and that's okay. For the most part, if the lightsaber fits this look, then awesome. This particular lightsaber I think would have benefited a little bit more with a 1-inch blade. All right, let's dig into the inner workings of our lightsaber here. We do have a fully removable chassis. We have our USB charging port right there, a battery. And they've been giving us kill switches lately, which I absolutely love. And on the back here, we do have our SD card and our Xeno board right there. All right, so let's flip on this chassis because I want to show you something. In case you haven't seen this in, I think the Sabine video and the Storm Blaster video. And we've got lights all over the chassis here. We've been getting some really cool looking chassis lately, and it's nice to see them putting a little bit more effort into the internals, something a little extra for us all to look at. And you can see they all react with the blade type. This I think is a flame blade or something. And you can see that they're all kind of glowing and twinkling. So just a couple of things for any of you that gets this and has any problems like I did here. The D-ring in the back, let me just zoom in here a little bit. Mine was a little bit loose and one of these little pieces did fall off. You could see it's a screw. I actually just ran out to CVS, a pharmacy, whatever, and just got one of those eyeglass screws. And I put a tiny bit of Loctite threading glue in there and glued it back on, and it is awesome now. It barely budges. I mean, this moves here, but I've got that nice and tight, and I don't think that'll ever come out. And then over here on the top, these fins, they're not one molded solid piece. I actually think that would have been awesome if it was, but it's not. These are actually kind of screwed on there. One of them came very loose and was kind of dangling by one, and the other one was just a little bit loose. Now let me just show you. Do not fear, because really all it is, I don't know if you could see them, you could see a couple of these screws. There's 2 screws per fin, basically, if you could see those in there. Just go in there with your Allen wrench like this, and you just have to go in there and just tighten them up, top and bottom. Yours may be absolutely fine, but just keep that in mind. If they do happen to get loose, just tighten them back up. And another little accessory that was included in the box is a tiny little thumb screw here. I absolutely love this because you can kind of pop it right into the emitter area and pop your blade on, and it is as simple as just tightening it down. I love that. I've only had like 1 or 2 other lightsabers that had one of these in there, and it's just the easiest thing to get in there and tighten your blade down rather than having to constantly pull out an Allen wrench if you're at a park, cosplaying, whatever, and you just want to pop your blade out. Done. All right, let's check this out. We've got twist on and twist off. We have smooth swing with some nice accent swings in there. Blaster blocks. Flash on clash. lock up. Now, this is one awesome lightsaber to kind of swing around. You do have two areas that you can really grab that feel right. Now, Baylan holds it up here like this. You know, it is a two-handed sword for him. You know, and it's got a lot of weight the way he swings it. But as a single-handed, you can hold it right underneath this neck, and you have this beautiful little area that kind of fits really well right in your hand. Now, this is the Xeno V3 app. So you can connect it to your phone. You have everything down here on this app. You've got your power button, you've got your power indicator for your battery, volume adjustments, which I'll actually turn that down just a smidge there.
Volume level, 64%.
You got all your font selects down here. You've got 34 fonts.
The Chosen, New Horizon, the Dark Sword, the Assassin, the Knight.
Super easy to flip through. And again, there's 34 fonts, so there's a lot of really cool fonts on here. Super easy to flip around blade styles and everything. Down here, you're gonna click the side over there. Hum is your blade style. So you can see there's like a fire effect on this blade. You just swap through.
Unstable, Rainbow Blade, Candy Blade, Cracked Blade, Pulse.
And then over here, if you want to tweak the colors a little bit, I've kind of have this kind of orangey red set, you know, just like the sabers in the show. But I think a nice, accurate orange is somewhere around green at like about 15 to 20, give or take a little bit. But over here, you can do whatever it is you want. You just kind of slide the color picker over. You go back to orange over there. See, so that orange set at 255 and 66 on green. I feel it's a little too yellowy. Let's go back down to the 20s. Let's see what 30 looks like. 30 is very nice. Go back down to like, let's go 25. 25. And then let me show you a really important thing that these apps are bringing to lightsabers now. Firmware and software updates. So what you want to do is go down to this last tab here. We have our saber connected right here. Now you can click on that, right? And then everything here, we've got software update, firmware, everything. All this stuff is awesome to have. So when you've got to update your software, whatever it happens to be for the hilt, it's going to download it and install it on the hilt through the app, which is absolutely a game changer for these lightsabers coming out now. You used to have to load things on the SD cards. It was a process. Now, like everything in our life now, everything's on our phone. You click the app, boom, it's done. You know, so this is awesome. So remember, that is in the last tab here, and then you're gonna click on your lightsaber that's connected, and right here it will say update software. Now, I've already updated the software, so there's probably not anything to update. Yeah, so I'm on the latest version here. All right, my friends, that is the Baylan Skoll Xeno V3 lightsaber. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And again, I also have the other version of this coming in to see them side by side, because I believe I was told that the blade on that version is a 1-inch blade and this is a 7/8 blade. So this is thinner. Will the 1-inch blade be a little bit more menacing, and will that also increase the thickness and the length of the actual hilt itself? We will find out all of this in an upcoming video, so make sure you drop down below, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button so you're aware of when that video comes out. in case you're in the market for a Baylan Skoll lightsaber, you can kind of compare the two and see which one fits your needs better. So that is it, my friends. That's the Baylan Skoll Xeno V3. Again, I will leave a direct link down below with a discount code for you if you're interested, and I'll see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.